and united, people of the AES, the homeland or death.
Yeah, so it is liberty or death. It is freedom for all of us or freedom for none of us. It is dignity for all of us or dignity for none of us. That was Captain Traoré speaking. He gave this speech yesterday at the Sahel Alliance first summit. And then, when Captain Traoré speaks, it gives you hope and it gives you the vigor to believe that, yes, Africa has a future. With leaders like Captain Traoré, we have a future. And then definitely, if we continue to get more leaders like his type, then we'll definitely get to the promised land. Yes. So please, I'll be showing you the full video. But before we do that, please take time out of your busy schedules to subscribe to our YouTube channel, One Africa Mission. For those of you who have already done that, we really appreciate your support. Your comments are really helping us. Your sharing our content. And for those of you who haven't really got time out of your busy schedules, Captain Traoré has urged all of us as African people. He told us that we must all get into this mission of a united Africa, a dignified Africa. And that is exactly what we are doing here in One Africa Mission. Our mission is all about our unity as African people and our dignity as children of Africa. Just imagine if we are able to unite under one umbrella, one government, one passport, one currency, one military. Is there any country on this planet Earth that can stand the might of Africa? No. So as children of Africa, let us start to think like that and hope for a united and better Africa. Not just for us, as Captain Traoré said, but for the next generation of Africans. Thank you very much for coming around. Please let us go and watch the full video. You will never get tired listening to Captain Traoré. For that one, I can assure you. He's so inspirational. Sometimes when you listen to him, you feel like God has taken his time to take the spirit of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Muhammad Gaddafi, all those people, their bravery, their intelligence, their charisma. God has taken all of that and put it under one man, which is Captain Traoré. And then we thank God for that. So please let us go and watch the full video. Come back.
This continent has suffered so much.
Ce continent qui a tant souffert.
This continent has suffered so much and continues to suffer because of imperialists. These imperialists have only one cliché in mind. Africa is the empire of slaves. This is how they see Africa. For them, Africans belong to them. Our lands belong to them. Our subsoil belongs to them. They have never been able to change the logic until today. This is deplorable. But how do they proceed? Unfortunately, it is since the 1960s that these 6,000 acres of independence have been given to Africa. They have just placed local valets at the head, according to them, of their sub-prefecture to be able to continue to feed them. These local valets, which we are going to call today the slaves of Salon, have other goals. They want to live like the master, to satisfy the master, and to do everything that the master dictates to them. They steal, they plunder our states, they bring everything to the master, and their wealth is kept with the master. They do everything to live like the master and always satisfy him. Do you know who these slaves of Salon are? Well, we are going to explain to you what they are. They are individuals who have no dignity, who have no morals, who have no personality. But the master slave has always known how to identify these individuals. They are always ready to betray their brother, to satisfy the master. They have betrayed us since independence, and others continue to betray us to the benefit of their master. These individuals continue, against all odds, to help the master plunder Africa.
à le dire chaque année.
They like to say it every year. In their economic polls, Burkina is the poorest country, Mali is the poorest country, Niger is the poorest country. We are ranked among the
Nous sommes
last.
classés parmi les derniers. Très bien. Si nous sommes aussi pauvres que
Very
ils
well,
disent,
if we are as poor as they say. But when the time has come to take responsibility, we have asked this master to leave the place. Why don't they want to leave?
Lorsque nous prenons le cas du Niger, depuis plus de 40 ans,
When we take the case of Niger, for more than 40 years, some countries have been exploiting uranium to produce energy at home. From Ottawa to Paris, the streets are illuminated. It is the light. But in Niger, it is the darkness that has served us. When you go to our states, our soils are full of precious metals, such as gold. But often there is not even the slightest road accessible to reach the areas where they exploit gold, even less certain basic social services. This is why we have decided to revolt and take the fate of our countries into our own hands. There are many other examples, but when we decided so, we were approached by some saloon slaves to pass on the message of their master. Because they had created this kind of polymer chain that rises to the heads of our states to serve them. And we came to break the chain. And it is inconceivable for them. They approached us and asked us to enter the ranks, to make the elite leave that must lead Africa. Because they have an elite formed and formatted that must follow, that is embedded in this chain. We refused to enter their ranks. And then the hostilities began. They have sent several mercenaries and trainers to our area. The agents have descended into the Sahel to carry out barbaric, cowardly attacks against our people, hoping to revolt them. In addition to these attacks on the ground, the attacks on communication, manipulation, and disinformation are full in their ranks. But the people of the Sahel have understood, and we will never be able to be manipulated again. They know where they come from, they know what they are doing, and they know where they are going. We will no longer allow this. People are awake, and people are fighting today, not for ourselves, but for future generations. And thank you all for the fight that is being fought. This will never make us cry. We will not tremble. We will fight. We will fight for real independence, for our freedom. Because to scare the people of the Sahel, these individuals have only 3 terms in their mouths: democracy, freedom, human rights. Of course, their local values are only elected in a democratic, free and transparent process according to their values. What is more normal, that we want to impose this on ourselves, because it is they who dictate the rules. Very well, we have decided to take responsibility. Do you know why on June 26, 2023, when Niger decided to turn the page, the slaves of Salon and their masters got on the big horses? They put their local values forward and decided to wage a war against the Nigerian people. So we said, anyone who dares to take up arms against Niger will face us. Because we will wage a merciless war until the last drop of blood for anyone who dares to attack our states. This word, this decision we made yesterday, is current today and will be current tomorrow and forever.
Ainsi naquit l'AES.
Thus, we acquired the AES on September 16, 2023, in a mutual defense architecture. But we felt it necessary to extend and therefore enlarge the AES architecture.
Et d'agrandir donc l'architecture de l'AES. Ce qui nous rassemble aujourd'hui.
What brings us together today must allow us to go to other areas in addition to defense, including finance and economy, infrastructure, health, education. In short, I pass.
Je souhaite donc que ces moments soient pour nous une histoire.
So I hope that this moment will be for us a story that we will write for the AES, but especially for Africa and for the whole world.
Que Dieu illumine tout un chacun de nous.
May God illuminate each and every one of us. May God inspire us in these tasks that are entrusted to us. And above all, that when we do all our work, that we have in mind only one thing:
l'intérêt suprême de nos populations.
The supreme interest of our people. On this, we pray once again, good God, that He accompanies us all in our different tasks. That He protects our fighters, who thanks to them, allow us to sit here and exchange about the future of our states. So be grateful once again, Nigerian people. Be united and united, people of the AES, the homeland or death.
Yeah, so as you see, Captain Traore, he called some of our leaders house Negroes, just as Malcolm X did in the 60s. And these are truly, sometimes some of the way and manner some of our leaders behave. You cannot agree to what Captain Traore is saying, because like what kind of people or what kind of leaders do we have? Leaders who cannot stand up for their people. The other day, like this so-called West African something, and I'm so happy that these our brothers in the Sahel are deciding not to even go back to that that thing called ECOWAS, because what is good about this ECOWAS thing, apart from saving, as Captain Traore said, apart from saving their colonial criminals, so-called masters, apart from saving their interests, nothing that they are doing for their people. Citizens of West Africa doesn't have the freedom to travel around. A Ghanaian or a Nigerian going to Cote d'Ivoire, you'll be questioned, and then you will require a lot of scrutiny before you can go there, even though you are a citizen of West Africa. Not only that, you don't have one currency, you don't have one military command, you don't have nothing, and then yet that was the brain behind forming this ECOWAS. So ECOWAS have become nothing but a tool by the Western colonial imperialists to continue to use to loot the resources of West Africa. So yes, it is good that these three regions have decided to opt out of ECOWAS, and they should never even think of coming back. But we are encouraging other West African countries, and not only even West African countries, African countries, to join this alliance, this federation. That is how it's going to start. That was the same thing America started. America didn't become a United States of America with 50 states at once. Some states started it, and others see the benefit and they join. Today, the unification of Africa have started by these Sahel countries, and we don't even know why Senegal is not joining. Our young leaders in Senegal, what is happening? You guys have been quiet. It doesn't matter you came into power through so-called democratic elections. No, do what is necessary for the continent of Africa. That is why we were all happy to see you guys take the mantle of power, leadership in Senegal. You guys are young, and these are young people who are driving what we need in Africa. So please, Senegal should join. And then we shouldn't waste our time trying to please these so-called ECOWAS leaders. I'm asking our leaders in Nigeria, that Akufo-Addo of Ghana, President Tinubu of Nigeria, Alassane Ouattara of Cote d'Ivoire. When you guys hearing these young people talking like this, how do you people feel? How do you guys feel when you hear Captain Traore and the likes of Assumi Goita and General Chiani, when you hear them talking about they want to stand up for their people, they want to work for the good of their people, how do people feel? Because for all what we know, you guys are not working for the interests of us as citizens of ECOWAS. It's very unfortunate, but we have to tell you, our leaders. The other day when you guys wanted to come out with a single currency, Macron went to West Africa and tell West African French countries not to accept this. That is the reason why still after now you don't have your own currency. It should have been implemented long ago, but because of the interest of France, you people decided not to. French countries decided not to join this single currency in West Africa. So what is good about this ECOWAS thing? Apart from pretending to call it a democratic something, that is serving the interests of the West. So yes, Captain Traoré could not have been right. And then we thank God for the light. We need more dictators, as we keep saying, like Captain Traoré and that of Assumi Goita and then General Chiani. Because if we had people like that, our citizens wouldn't be dying in the Mediterranean Sea. If we had people like that, the youth of Africa would not be running away from Africa. We thank God for their lives, and we pray that God should give us more leaders like them. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please take time out of your busy schedules, as I keep saying, subscribe and support us. We are out to see a united and better Africa. That is our mission, and then we cannot do it without your support. Your support is very important to us. Please share pass your comments, share our videos. And for those of you who are doing that, we really appreciate, and then we say thank you very much. May God bless all of us. Let us continue to work for the interests of Mother Africa.